Hello back everyone. Welcome to Texas Guy Movie Reviews. Today we will be talking about Critters 2, the main course. Now, I promise I won't talk about this other movie anymore after this episode. But guess what? I found it. Fuck that piece of shit. Okay, now let's talk about this one. So, it's probably my favorite Critters movie, to be honest. The first one's pretty good. Second one, it's a little better in my opinion. There's some people that despise the second one and probably the third one and the fourth one, but that's their opinion and I have mine. So anyways, let's get started with a little introduction, some info. Critters 2 is a 1988 American science fiction comedy horror film directed by Mick Garris in his directorial debut and the second installment of the Critters franchise. A direct sequel to Critters, the film was written by David Foy and Garris and stars Scott Grimes, Don Keith-Opper, and Terrence Mann in their reprising roles. The plot takes place 2 years after the first film. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Okay. As a batch of planted critter eggs begin to hatch and resume their carnivorous appetite upon the town once again. Although it did not gross as much as the original, the sequel grossed $3.8 million during its theatrical run in the United States. It is the last installment in the series to be released theatrically and is followed by Critters 3 in 1991. Now, it says the budget that they did for this movie was $4 million, and they got theatrically $3.8 million. It definitely was a flop. I'll admit that, but for nostalgic reasons, and I just think it's a fun movie overall. I like it. So let's get with the plot. Out in space, on a desolate planet, the shape-shifting bounty hunters Ugg and Lee and their new human companion Charlie McFadden search for a vicious worm-like creature. After killing the beast, they depart the planet. Soon afterwards, they receive a new assignment by Xanthi, head of the High Council, which is the alien, and I'll talk about him later. Where was that? He tells them that the Krites are still on Earth and must be destroyed. With that, they set a course for Earth. Noticing Charlie brooding, Ugg asks what is wrong. Charlie states his reluctance to going back after 2 years and asks, concerned, whether they would leave him there. Ugg assures him that they have no such intentions. Back on Earth, Brad Brown, now 15, is visiting his grandmother in Grover's Bend, and word gets around the town fast, implying he became well known after the events of the first film. Shortly after the bounty hunters arrive, the critters attack a man dressed as the Easter Bunny, killing him. I'll go into details about both of those. No one is aware that it was the critters who attacked him, as his death is attributed to a farming accident. Eventually, the critters make themselves known when they begin terrorizing the town, growing in large numbers. Lee is killed and devoured by the critters, causing Ugg to slip into a deep depression and revert to his alien form, which is the Nothing Face. The remaining people of the town devise a plan, with Ugg polymorphed into a critter. They lead the critters to a burger factory in an attempt to blow them up, but that fails, and the critters re-emerge, join together into a large ball, and begin heading to the church. Just before they reach it, Charlie flies directly into them with Ugg's spaceship, successfully destroying the critters, seemingly sacrificing himself. Ugg subsequently takes on Charlie's facial features in honor of his bravery. The next day, as Brad departs, it is revealed that Charlie survived by using a parachute. He stays on Earth, becoming sheriff of the town. Ugg departs in a new spacecraft, still wearing the guise of Charlie. Now, to me, it's not that bad of a plot, to be honest. I don't know. I like it. Let's see. So, let's go ahead and I want to talk about the kills first. So if anybody hasn't seen this movie and don't want to hear any of the spoilers, okay, so the kills, the first kill is funny, but it's not the dog kill. I don't like that. The critters do kill a dog in this movie, a pit bull. The pit bull's owner, he walks in and he sees the critters eating on the dog, and he jumps up, and immediately when he's on the stool, when he jumps up on the stool, and I think he's trying to reach some boards up or up high or something to pull himself up, but you can see when one of the critters is chewing on the stool leg, you can tell it's sawed. But when he falls on the ground, it's over. So the second kill is the new sheriff. He dresses up as the Easter Bunny. Well, he goes outside to wait for the church to get done with the sermon and everything, and he goes out there and he's taking a piss, and he gets done and he's trying to zip it up, and it's not zipping. And think about 3 or 4 critters jump in there and they just tear him up. And let's see, kill number 3, the guy that was guarding the church. It's not a very good kill. I'm gonna be honest. That's not a very good kill. It's bullshit. I guess that would be like a nitpick or whatever. But that actually is a nitpick of mine. So let's see. Okay, the guy that gets ran over by the giant critter ball, man, that's pretty wicked. The first time that I seen that, it kind of shocked me for a minute because it's nothing but bones, but yet it kind of jumps up a little bit, up and down. I guess some of the nerves were still in there or whatever, and it jumped around. I don't know. It's really weird. And then Charlie, he of course kills the critter ball with the spaceship. A couple of my nitpicks, of course, was the guy guarding the church. And then one of my other ones is Wesley is a douchebag. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a fucking douchebag, straight up. And the third nitpick is so gross. The old guy, he's feeding the dog. It's funny, but it's so gross. He licks the spoon with the dog food, or he just doesn't lick it. He puts it in his mouth, and he eats dog food. So why don't we go ahead and go with my pros for this movie. So pro number one is the dog jump scare. The guy Wesley, he's asking for some beer for the critter eggs. So they get there, and he's got a box of critter eggs, and he walks up to the door, and it's one of them doors that like can swing from the top. Well, that was open, and the dog, he gets right up to that door, and the dog jumps up and almost gets him. He almost falls on his ass. It's pretty funny. Okay, two, Lee turns into a hot Playboy playmate, which in the movie he technically does, but the year that came out, that the Playboy came out, it wasn't the real Playmate. So if you're looking for that year and trying to find her, you're not going to find her because that's not real. But you do get to see some good titties, and I'm not going to lie, I love titties. No disrespect, but I'm a guy, so I just like titties. So whatever. And the giant critter ball. Man, that thing is ridiculous. It's fun. It's funny though. Okay, next we will go with the cons. So we can try to wrap this episode up too. Because I'm trying to get I'm probably going to do 3 and 4 together. Just so I can wrap it up, and then I can get I can move on to some other things that I've been wanting to review. Probably going to be reviewing Raptor here soon. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to do that one because I've already said no. Wait. I think I'm going to do Mikey. And for those who don't know what that movie is, it's pretty much it's a Killer Kid movie. So I'm actually looking forward to doing that one. Okay, so my cons, the boss alien, it's not the same alien from the first movie, and stuff like that just kind of throws me off. It's distracting and it's kind of bullshit. If it were me, I would have just done like what some of the Godzilla movies have done and just put a little bit of stock footage in there. But they didn't. It's bullshit. But I can live with it because it's not very long. So that's one of the good things. And the sheriff, he cock blocks Bradley twice at the end of the movie. I mean, he's sitting there, Charlie's trying to, I forgot her name, but they were trying to kiss, and the sheriff kept interrupting him, and it's like, dude, just let the love interest have their kiss. So, whatever. I guess that would be a nitpick, but it is. I consider it to be a con. So, oh man, I forgot. The guy that plays the sheriff, he's not this. I don't think he's the same guy. He doesn't look like it, but yeah, he's played by Barry Corbin. But trust me, his performance was pretty great, and you can tell he was having fun with his role. At close to the end of the movie, it's pretty good. So overall, on the turd scale from 1 to 5, 1 meaning not that bad to 5 being pretty bad, which I'm going to retract because I kind of messed up on my first episode, and I put the original Critters at 4. No. It's a 3. It's 3 turds. This is a 1. Critters 2, it's a 1 turd movie. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get done with this episode. I'm sorry if I sound a little different. I'm just tired. I've been up for a little bit, but I wanted to get this out, and I definitely see you soon. Please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all later, ladies and gents, later.